What's up guys, today I will tell you how to activate your DNA. Our DNA is a book of life that tells us everything we need to know about ourselves spiritually and physically. And our goal is to fully activate it so we can access our DNA and achieve our full potential. Only 1% of our DNA is for genetic transcription. So most people know DNA, oh, DNA is like our genes and shit, but it's not true. It's just 1% of your DNA. The other 99% of your DNA is called junk DNA. Your junk DNA is really like your full potential. Let me tell you an example, alright? So let's say like you are a character in a video game and the goal is to fully upgrade your character. But like they will tell you that, oh, you can only like be level 10, but in reality you can be level 100. So the goal is to evolve as a human being and to transcend your physical reality. Because what Earth is only like a school for spiritual growth, and your DNA is linked and interacts with your quantum field, which is your aura, and your DNA is a receiver and transmitter of coherent light, or the sun. The non-coding part of your DNA are what govern the transmitter and the reception of the light, and biophotons are used as light speed communication system. So basically we can use coherent light to activate our DNA. So that's why you have to spend time in the sun. Like the information you receive when you're sun gazing is the information you already have within yourself. I'm not a scientist, alright, so I can really explain you like in great details because you will not understand it honestly. So I just try to explain to you like the most simple way possible. So let's say your DNA is like your inner self, or like your energy body basically, and this energy body can be affected by different frequencies and words, your action, your environment, and everything. That's why when we say raise your vibration, you actually are tapping into the full potential of your DNA. Your DNA is also like the tree of life. Basically, as human beings, we are the microcosm of the macrocosm, and the tree of life is basically the original blueprint of life. Basically, the universe is based off geometry. Like this subject goes really deep because I could also talk about the tree of life, sacred geometry, and all that shit, but I didn't do enough research, and honestly my video would be like 3 hours and shit. So another thing too is you have divine codes within your DNA. So that's why if you can activate 100% of your DNA, you will become like a god. I talked about this in my December 21st video that I made last time. So if you want more information on this, you can watch this video. The choices we make, the action we take, not only affect our DNA expression, but their influence is also passed into future generations. And what we breathe, what we eat, what we drink, our habits, like all this affect the chemistry of your body. That's why it's super important to like eat healthy and do everything to raise your vibration, balance your chakras. All of that is interconnected. So like I said before, Earth is a school for spiritual growth, and we experience apparent individuality. So because we are one, and that gave us free will to everyone in the universe. And if we didn't have free will, we will be controlled by this one mind, and there will be no opportunity to like learn new stuff. Because the reason why we are one is because at the beginning of the universe there was only like one consciousness, And this consciousness asks itself, what could I be? How could I experience life? And the reason why we all have different consciousness is because this consciousness is trying to experience life in different perspectives. So if we honor others' free will, we are honoring ourselves. And if you do good to other people, you're doing good to yourself. If you treat other people like shit, you'll treat yourself like shit, because everybody is just a reflection of yourself. And the reason why we forgot who we were is because it creates more growth. And why bad shit is allowed to happen is because it creates a lot of growth. So a lot of bad shit is allowed to happen because it creates growth by infringing on our free will. So the reason why infringing on our free will creates growth is because the smaller the prison is, the more the person in the prison wants to get out. So basically all the shit that the elites are doing is only making us better. So a good example that everybody can relate to is the lockdown caused by COVID-19. Because of this lockdown, a lot of people have begun to question their reality. Some people even have spiritual awakening and shit. But if that shit didn't happen, like a lot of people would still be asleep and like be slaves basically, because they understood how the way they live was fucked up. So basically, lives before lockdown, everybody was just like running around and shit from their jobs, like their responsibility. But like, because the prison got smaller, now the prison is not just, okay, I can go to my job, I can go this. Like, nah, now it's just stay in the house or go to the grocery store. So the person began, yo, that shit sucks, that shit is fucked up, why am I here? So the person has begun to like question themselves, question the reality, why this shit happened, why the fuck this shit doesn't make sense, and shit like that. The reason why it's really important more than ever right now to raise your vibration and to activate your DNA is because the planet itself is raising her vibration. So that's why a lot of weird shit is happening with the sun, because the sun is beginning to become more powerful. And like I said in my December 21st video, like a solar flare will happen, and I think that the sun is already beginning to become more powerful and shit. And a lot of weird shit is happening in the sky. It's not the elites, it's the planet itself raising her vibration. If you have a low vibration, you may not survive. I don't say this to scare you. Like, if you watch this video, like, I know that you don't have a low ass vibration like everyone else, you know, but you have to do the work to really have a higher vibration. And also the planet is shifting to the 5th dimension. Like right now we are in a 3rd dimension, but soon, before the end of the year, the planet will shift to the 5th dimension. Now let me tell you how you can tap into your DNA. Honestly, it's just raising your vibration. So to tap into your DNA, you just have to raise your vibration and becoming better. It's simple, but it will take some time. All right, so you have to be patient. So first thing you can do is balance your chakras. I did 2 videos, one for the lower chakras and another for the higher chakras, so you can check those videos. Second thing you can do is to improve your diet. I also did a video about food and shit, and what you should eat, what you should not eat. So I will put some pictures in the screen, and you will see that those scales have the same thing in common. If I put the Hawking scale, the pH level scale, and the electromagnetic scale, you will see that it works like the chakras. Like the lower frequencies will be like red and the higher ones will be purple. On the electromagnetic spectrum, you'll see that the gamma is purple. So that's one of the highest frequencies. So to match that frequency, you can use the Hawking scale and the pH level scale. So you have to begin to eat more and more alkaline foods, and you have to and the Hawking scale is more like where your vibration is, sort of. So if most of the time you always desiring things, or you always want something, it's because you're on the level of desire. And if you're always peaceful, you have a super high vibration, you know. So use those scales to help you on your journey to raise your vibration. And raising your vibration is the most important thing that you will do in your life. If you have a high vibration, you will get everything that you want. You'll be happy, you'll be peaceful. If bad shit happen, you will not really worry about it or think about it too much, because you will not let those lower vibrational things really affect you. You will become more magnetic, and you will attract more things that you want in your life. And you will be more healthy, because you can't be unhealthy and have a high vibration. And another thing you can do is to fast more. Things that can affect your DNA is the way you think, things you do, the music you're listening to. So if you listen to 440 hertz music, which is music, all the music that plays in the radio and on iTunes, this shit is 440 hertz, and it's killing your soul. Yeah. And if you drink alcohol, you smoke weed every day, not even every day. Alcohol is really the worst thing for your soul, but weed is not really that bad if it's real organic weed. But most weed is GMO, and GMO is genetically modified, so it modifies your genes. It doesn't modify your genes in a positive way. Even in foods, most foods is GMO, and they put bullshit in the meat and shit. So you can eat meat if you want to, but I will suggest you to reduce the amount of meat you're eating. For me, what I do is I eat meat once a day, and now I try to eat red meat only once a week. So I only eat eggs, fish, and chicken once a day. I will eat alkaline foods to balance my pH level in my blood. And also another thing you can do is to consume chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is super alkaline. It's not even been a week since I drink chlorophyll, and I feel like I'm more magnetic and more good things happen to me. Thank you to everybody that watched this video. Subscribe to my channel and leave comments to show their support. Peace.